Welcome to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Raging Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Raging Cajuns will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Tulane's offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him, I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares too, I swear. When you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different...
And he's running in the open. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
They're going to ride this running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
On the run, it's McClure. Powers through the defender. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
Gets it out fast. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulane.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the open.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Raging Cajuns offense has its first opportunity of the day. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down.
Oh, look out! And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And the Raging Cajuns want to move quickly.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game.
Sack time.
That will be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
The Raging Cajuns will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. If you like old-fashioned, grinded up, run over in football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to...
Racing to the right. Past the 50. Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Green Wave. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Number 25.
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The back goes in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Now improvising. Still on his feet at the 45. They've got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. And the Raging Cajuns headed quickly to the line.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch them because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Now on 2nd down. It's a draw. Running with power. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Now facing a 3rd and long. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Raging Cajuns are on the move.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Finding open areas. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, man.
And if this offense, Jesse's going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown, Louisiana.
And this offense is still early in the down, 2nd and goal. They could still run it. They go with the pass. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing it immediately, getting the football out of his hands, seeing his wide receiver open, getting the big touchdown.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical. See if they can keep it up.
And the timing just a hair off.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. He just can't hook up for the completion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Raging Cajuns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with the back. At the 45 on its way. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Might as well give it to him again. On the move is the 30. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Power football with the run. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on the...
Touchdown, Green Wave! What a catch and run for 6.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Morse. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
Gives it to the back on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. They're trying nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field. Touchdown, Tulane. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. The defense striking with a scoop and score touchdown.
And defense is about getting guys to the football. Sometimes you just get that hit, the ball pops out, more guys swarming to the football. Great effort, scoop that thing up, now do some damage with it. You always wanted to play offense anyways. Convert that defensive player, offensive player. Give me that 6.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, and create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot
How
of
is that unintentional grounding?
Say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. This time he's got it. You can dance around and look for space, or you can throw the stiff arm at him. He gets it out to the 17. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. They're going to throw it again. Quick completion on the out route. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Raging Cajuns will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Snares it outside. It's Duarte. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
Pressure coming. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the 1st down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. He's got it. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Go into the half. And listen, I know you're trailing, but build some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative.
And the pass is intercepted. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you...
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Working that left side. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Raging Cajuns in the hurry-up. He leaves it with his back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets rid of it. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. The Raging Cajuns will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
Using his legs, it's McClure. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? And that's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over 100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that pass picked off.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Louisiana has it back, in the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Caught, close to the marker, it's Hester. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, as a quarterback, you've got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Raging Cajuns want to pick up the tempo. He's going to look for a man on third and short. He caught it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. The Raging Cajuns are rolling down the field. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Louisiana.
This is why I hate this game.
Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the
Momentum shifts in this game are ridiculous.
Find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
That was holding.
Getting set for the point after. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Tulane looking to put one on the board from the red zone. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. Looking for a crease to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Line getting set on 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Headed to the end zone, and they corral him at the 2-yard line.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down.
Not able to pick up that 1st down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this 1st down.
They'll try it on the ground. Touchdown, Green Wave. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
Louisiana, 28.
He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive there.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 1 quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Here as they go back to work after the break. Give to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. And the Raging Cajuns moving quickly to the line. The RPO, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. They just keep throwing him the ball, this time on the slant.
No doubt, and you've seen it with the slant. You've seen other routes. Every route he's running.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at at the 39.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Wants to throw on second down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cajuns! He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scaffold, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down here for the offense. Looking for a crease. It's McClure. At the 35, he's got room. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Red pass hits complete. At the 35, he's loose. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Give to the running back. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Green Wave. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his fourth trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like,
and the ball is intercepted. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Getting late, pressure building, huge third down coming up on the road for this offense. He wants to throw it. They'll run the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. Quarterback will audible. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They give him the rock again on second and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They're just about ready to kick it away.
Louisiana, 35.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Morse. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get...
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Trying to find his man on first down. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got him this time. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. He's looking to throw it. It's caught. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's second and 7. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on second down. On target. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Incomplete. It's now second down.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Getting some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, try to convert through the air. They're bringing heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He lofts one down the sideline. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. No need to go Joe Pisarcik, Larry Zonka here, Jesse. Just take the snap and kneel.
Don't need to be old school, although I do like the old school kneel play here. That is true. You just got to force your opponent to use their one timeout, and you've got this thing in the bag.
Yeah, and you can see on the sidelines, they're excited. They're celebrating this. They know this is over if the offense just takes care of the football.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Lost one deep down the right side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looks as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. Quarterback gets enough. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually, but that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Have a good night.